Hey, I'm Josh. Today I'm going to show you how to go into Ollie's and find books that you can resell on Amazon to make a profit. That's what retail arbitrage is. If you're familiar with this channel, then you're probably already an Amazon seller. And if you're not, you can easily sign up to sell stuff on Amazon. It's free and you can start making money by shopping at stores like Ollie's. And today we're going to go inside the book section and I'm going to show you what to look for, how to find books, and what's profitable. So let's get started. All right, we're heading inside Ollie's Bargain Outlet. Good stuff, cheap. That's their slogan. And Ollie's is a great store. It's very reseller friendly. They are tax exempt in my area, and I've never had a problem inside the store. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can at unstoppable_Josh, where I post selfies and more selfies. And well, it looks like it's all just selfies, but if you want to check out what I'm doing in the reseller world, you can over there. So we grabbed a cart here and we're headed over to the books, which just happens to be right at the front of the store over here. And they do have a lot of books in Ollie's, especially this one. They've got 3 or 4 aisles, double-sided like this one, that the books are just basically falling off the shelves here. And I don't know where they get their books from, but every time I come in here, there is absolutely no shortage of books. So I never have trouble finding things. It's like a bookstore inside of a store in here. So I have a yo-yo Bluetooth scanner, but I didn't bring it with me today. And honestly, I don't even use it that much, but if you're planning on selling a lot of books, you might want to get one, and you might also want to get an app with a downloadable database like Scout IQ, allowing you to instantly pull up these listings without Wi-Fi or a cell signal. But today, I'm doing it old school by just going down the shelf and scanning the covers of the books with the Amazon Seller app like a loser. It's slow, but it does get the job done. So ideally, you want to scan the UPC of the book because that will give you an exact match to the listing. If you scan the cover, it will bring up the paperback, hardback, audiobook, and you might accidentally be looking at the wrong listing. But if you look here, we scanned the UPC and nothing came up. So Amazon doesn't carry this product, right? Wrong, it does. So if you scan the cover, voila, Amazon does carry this book. So you might have to try both ways to find these listings. And you also have to watch out for remainder marks like these. It's just a dot or a line the retail bookstore puts on the edge of the book with a marker. Most of the books at Ollie's won't have a remainder mark, but you have to watch out for those. You can sell them as used on Amazon, but honestly, I'd just skip over them. Okay, so the first book we're looking at here is called The Great Book of Fairy Patterns. I found it all the way down there on that bottom shelf. And Ollie's has it for $3.99, so we're going to give it a scan with the Amazon Seller app. Okay, so it pops up right at the top there. The buy box price is $21.80. That's the current buy it now price on Amazon. And the sales rank is 561,000. That's not too terrible for books. Anything under $1 million is pretty good. So we'll click on that button there and we'll see who else is selling it. And we're going to click on new so we can filter out all the used listings if there are any. Okay, so there's 2 merchant fulfilled people, and we know that because there's no Prime logo next to their store name there. So they're selling it for $20.98. And then the first Prime person is there for $21.80, and that is the current buy box price. Prime people usually get the buy box over merchant fulfilled people, and then Amazon's got it for $22.95, but we don't need to worry about that too much because Amazon is willing to share their buy box. They gave it to that guy who had it for $21.80, so if we match that, we should be able to sell it for $21.80 is my best guess. So we're going to go back here and we'll go back to the main product page and we'll click down here and that'll take us to this page that'll let us calculate a profit. We could do it seller fulfilled and it'll tell us how much money we'll make, but we're going to do Amazon fulfilled at least to run these numbers, meaning we're going to ship it to Amazon and then Amazon's going to ship it to the customer. So we're getting it for $3.99. So we'll punch that in as our buy cost. And shipping to Amazon, it only cost about 30 cents per book to ship in. Okay, whoops, I typed in 38, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just an estimate. You can ship in like a 40-pound box of books for like $8. So it works out to be about 30 cents a book or less. And our profit would be the green number down there, $6.71. It'd be $6 or $7. And they did have a whole bunch of these. They had a stack of about 10 or 11 of these, and they were all in perfect, almost crispy condition. So we should grab some of these. Okay, so I do want to give this book a scan with Keepa so I can take a look at what people have been selling it for the past year or so. So it looks like Amazon is perma on this listing. That's what that yellow line at the top is. But the good news is that they've been consistently selling it for about $22. And that blue line underneath, that's the merchant fulfilled price. So as long as we keep our price in between those two lines, well, as long as we keep it just below Amazon's at around $21, it looks like they'll share the buy box, and we should be able to sell all of these. So we can take a look at the 90 and 100-day averages. So the merchant fulfilled average is $17 and change. So worst case scenario, we have to sell these for about $17 or $18, and that would still give us a $4 or $5 profit per book. A good section is the Bibles and religious books. Some of these leather-bound Bibles can sell for big money. I didn't find any profit in them today, but you definitely want to scan all of them. And another thing you want to look out for are these shrink-wrap book sets. They have them just scattered throughout the book section in random spots. Some of these sell for really good money, so you definitely want to scan all of these as well. Okay, so we're looking at one of these book sets here, Trailblazing Men. So let's give it a scan with the Amazon seller app. Okay, so it's $14.99 here at Ollie's. And the buy box is $51.19. Now the sales rank is a bit high at $1.2 million, but we'll deal with that in a second there. So let's click here. There's definitely room for profit on this book. It's got 9 reviews. That's not a ton. Let's see who else is selling it here. $50.98 is the lowest, and they're merchant fulfilled. And there's the buy box at $51.19. And there's a few more sellers on there. Okay, so we're going to go back to the main page here. And we'll click down there to see what the fees are going to be on this book. So we'll click on Amazon Fulfilled. And it's $14.99 here. So we'll type in our cost, $14.99. Okay, so we're looking at about a $20 profit on this book set. But what I do want to check now is I want to give this a scan with an app called Profit Bandit. So we need to find the UPC down here. And let's get my phone out again. Okay, so I opened up Profit Bandit. It's an app that costs $9.99 a month. It's useful. It gives me a more in-depth look at some of these products. So we'll go back to the main page on it. Okay, so why I wanted to open up Profit Bandit was, okay, there's the sales rank, 1.2 million. It's kind of high. But what I really wanted to see was the sales rank history chart to see if this book actually sells. That's the question you have to ask yourself. Does this book sell? And you can see here it does. All these spikes and jumps means it sold, and it creeps back up, and then somebody bought it and it jumps back down, and then it creeps back up, sells. So all these spikes are sales. So it is selling. It's not selling very quickly, but it is a really good ROI. So I think I'm going to pick this one up. They've got 2. I don't know if I'll buy both of them. And I do like that they're plastic wrapped. It makes it really easy just to ship out. The Last OG Cookbook by Tracy Morgan. Why is this a thing? I don't even know. What cracks me up is there's a head, no body, but the gold chain gets me. The Ultimate Book of Martial Arts, Volume 7. I'm just a well-rounded reader. Another good section is the graphic novels and comic book section. They usually have a whole bunch of these, and I've definitely found profitable books here before. Some of these have a weird cult following, and you might be able to find some out-of-print gems in this section. Okay, but you need to be careful over here because you might actually be gated in some of these, like the Marvel brand books or DC brand books, and some of them have adult content that you can't sell. So you got to be careful, and you got to make sure that you scan the UPC on the back, because if you just scan the cover, it'll tell you that you're not gated in it for some reason. I don't know why it does that. It's really dumb, but you always want to scan the UPC on these to make sure you can sell these. Okay, so I found this book over here called Sandman. He lives in a post-apocalyptic desert and has a knife for an eye. Okay, so I'll give it a scan with the Amazon seller app. And which listing is it? Okay, it's the hardcover one at the top. It's definitely the hardcover. It weighs about 4 pounds. It's huge. Okay, so the current buy box is $43.85, and the sales rank, it's low enough at $370,000. That'll work. So let's see who else is selling it here. And we'll click on new. Okay, so there's some merchant fulfilled people on here at 37. But here's what I like about Amazon is that if you do FBA, they'll give you the buy box. You can price it at $43 or $44 and they'll still give you the buy box. So if we did send this in FBA, we'll go back to the main page here. I almost forgot. Okay, it's $12.99 here at Ollie's. And we'll click on Amazon Fulfilled because we're going to ship it to Amazon, then Amazon's going to ship it to the customer. And our buy price, we'll put it in as $12.99. Okay, so that would give us about a $10 profit on this or more. That's pretty good. I think we're going to pick one of these up. They had a couple up here, but this one, the shrink wrap is a little bit torn there. And the one behind it looks like somebody may have dropped it. The corner is kind of bent. There's a rip up there. So I'm just going to grab this one. Another good section you probably don't want to skip is a section that has like these journals in them and wedding books. And down here there's like some composition books or something. I've definitely found some profit in this area before, so don't skip these. Okay, so we're going to look up that composition book that was on the bottom shelf down there. And we'll give it a scan with the Amazon Seller app, and it's $3.99 here at Ollie's. That's a pretty cheap price. And the buy box price is $19.87, and the sales rank is $738,000. That's a little high, but it's not crazy. Okay, so if we got it for $3.99, we'd make about $5.50 on this, give or take. But I do want to give it a scan with Profit Bandit so we can see if it's actually selling by looking at the sales rank history chart down there. So you can see it actually is selling pretty well. So we should definitely pick up a couple of these. And they had a whole stack of them down here. Yeah, it looks like they got about 5 or 6 down here. So we'll pick up a couple. Okay, so we're looking at one of those journals here, and we'll give it a scan with the Amazon Seller app. And the current buy box price is $21.59. That looks pretty good. And let's see, what was it here? At Ollie's, it's $4.99. That's pretty cheap. And the sales rank is $413,000. That's acceptable. And if we were selling it Amazon Fulfilled, the lowest price is $19.84, but we should be able to sell it for like $20 or $21 if we do FBA. And if we put on our buy cost here at $4.99, so we should be able to make about $5 or $6 on these. And we do want to check the sales rank history chart to see if it's selling. Yeah, it's selling. So we should definitely pick up a few of these. They'll make us a decent profit. Sex in the City. Oh, that Miranda's so sassy and funny. Okay, so we're going to give this a scan with the Amazon Seller app. Let's scan the UPC on the back. Okay, so the buy box is $20.22. That looks pretty good, and they're selling it here for $3.99. That looks like a pretty good margin. We could make some profit on this. The sales rank is actually kind of low at $68,000. So let's see who else is selling it here. We'll click on new to filter out the used people. Okay, so the first new offer is $19.31, and they're merchant fulfilled. And then there's some people on there for $20.18. And then it's creeping up a little bit from there. Okay, so everyone's kind of sticking around that $20 mark, and there's a lot of people selling it on here. Okay, so let's go back to the main page here. And we'll click down there, and we can click on Amazon Fulfilled. Let's calculate a profit here. $3.99, we'll put that in as our buy cost. Okay, so that's about a $5 profit on these books. And they did have 2 of them. I don't even need to look up the Keepa chart on this. When you have that many people just hodling around that $20 mark, it's going to sell for about $20. The price isn't just going to start jumping all over the place, so we'll pick these up. All right, I just left Ollie's. I got 20 or 30 books in there. I didn't actually count them all up. Each book had about a $5, $6, $7 or greater profit on them. I didn't find anything today that had like a mind-blowing, amazing profit in there. It was all standard stuff, $5, $6, $7. Everything had about 100% ROI or greater. They do have a ton of books in there that are profitable in that range, especially if you're willing to merchant fulfill them. I like doing Amazon FBA, so I was showing you like the FBA prices and profits inside the store, but you can merchant fulfill them. If you like these videos where I go into a store and I show you what to look for and how to find it, leave a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, subscribe to the channel. I'm just making these videos to help you guys out, especially if you're new, because you can sell books. You won't be gated in books. So that's really all I got for you today. I'm Josh. That's what I did today, and I'll see you next time.